Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Having It Out. It's our first episode today. We're your hosts, I'm Jay.
And I'm Brad.
And we'll be doing these episodes every single week. You'll get some additional videos via YouTube that are exclusive only to YouTube. So make sure you're subscribing to our channel over at Having It Out so you don't miss a single thing. Without further ado, we're bringing our first episode today. We're out in Harrogate, which is just down the road from where we live in York. And yeah, we've been really excited to bring this along, haven't we? It's
been a fair few months, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've been working on this now for
5-6
months.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we don't have to say what it is, but everyone in the world has had a massive issue this year that we can all relate to.
Don't need to say what it is.
Yeah, we don't need to say what it is. We all know what it is. And it's had an impact on a lot of us. We've been working through lockdown to sort of figure out what we want to do, because I think everyone can agree that lockdowns had
been tough on them.
It's mentally had an effect on everyone. I mean,
yes,
it's killed us off mentally. I don't know if I can sit in a room and play my Xbox for any more than 2 or 3 hours anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was 3-4 months every day, all day.
Every single day.
Like,
from 10 o'clock till midnight, just non-stop playing the Xbox.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're a kid. But when you've been
when you've been like working for like 5-6 years or whatever it is, and then you have to go back to just doing it all day, it's just,
I mean, we don't.
It takes its toll.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do much anyway outside of work or in my personal life, so it didn't have an impact. But knowing you don't have access to all these things you want to do, you can't.
Knowing you're not allowed, you're grounded essentially. Yeah,
it mentally takes a massive toll on you.
It really does.
And I mean, this lockdown for us, we've been thinking really hard. And for me personally, I've decided that I'm sick of just working a 9 to 5, coming home,
100%,
cooking, sleeping, waking up the next day and doing it all
going
again.
Back to work again.
Yeah, so we wanted to make something out of lockdown. We didn't want lockdown just to be a waste. We could have gone out and exercised.
Well, exactly, but instead we stayed in, played Xbox, worked on this.
I mean, a lot of people have decided to go out and better their health. My health probably got worse because all I did was sit in and eat a load of crap all.
Well, I mean, a lot of people did the same. Do you know what I mean? Like me being one of them.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're bringing this podcast, something different. I listen to podcasts quite often, whether it be Jackmate over on YouTube or now on Spotify, actually.
Yes, he's just got a partnership, hasn't he? Yeah.
Or the Joe Rogan podcast, the 2 main podcasts I listen to. Now, I think for me anyway, the reason I wanted to start up a podcast is because, you know, we listen to all these celebrities tell their stories, and it's all good and well, but they live different lives than the average Joe. Sorry about that, Joe. And I just wanted to bring some. I just wanted to create something that was a bit more relatable, I think. Because we're 22-year-old lads from York. We both have grown up in sort of council houses, gone to school, gone through education, failed jobs.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone through it all, and I think I wanted to create the community as sort of a talking platform. Bring people together and sort of bring some things that people can relate to. I'm really glad that we've got to this stage. It's been a long
time coming.
But I'll say this now before we get into the episode, guys. None of this would have been possible without the help of Joe and Charlotte.
100%.
You guys
no chance.
See the guys behind the camera.
They've gone above and beyond doing what we'd never even asked them, but they've just gone out and just done it. Look what
we've got, guys. Look what we've got. We've got
little cue cards. We've got
stickers. We're rolling. It's great. Life's good.
If you go on all our socials, all the animations, the videos, the banners, the logos. Yeah. Joe's done it all with Charlotte's help, and
it's been absolutely incredible.
It's been phenomenal, honestly. So thank you, Joe, anyway.
And we'll put all their socials in the description. You know, if you guys could support them like they've supported us, it'd be more than appreciated.
Everything's going to be in the links and in description, so check it out. Go click on them, give them a follow, give them a like, give them a share. Do you know what I mean? Just do what you can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So without further ado, guys, I want to tell you something about a partnership we've recently just done. So we've partnered up with a company based in Canada.
Yeah.
Called Swift Lifestyles. Swift Lifestyles are basically a company that create an energy formula, whether it's in vitamins or they build it into drinks. They also build, they also make CBD gummies, but obviously in the UK,
Yeah, they don't do that in the UK. They don't ship them out.
Them.
Yes.
But we have an offer available since we are now partnered. So for anybody who uses the code HavingItOut at checkout, gets 15% off all products. So you're saving yourselves quite a deal.
Yeah.
Now we have got ours on the way, but due to this so-called, due to the issue that everyone's aware of, deliveries have been halted. So we're still waiting on that.
Still waiting. It should be here before next episode.
Yeah. But a few of you will be wondering, what is Swift?
Well, they do all sorts, don't they?
Yeah. So if you're a coffee lover like me, and I work in a coffee cafe, so it's like I drink
tons.
Cups
yes,
a day
you drink a lot.
at least. I drink a lot of coffee. The issue is for me, when I get home from a long day of work, I crash and burn. I am dead. My brain can't focus. My body just wants to sleep.
What's called all you've done all day is drink coffee, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So Swift is designed to give you the focus and enhance your ability just to do your day-to-day things without that coffee crash, without that caffeine crash. It'll give you the energy you need, focus you need to get through work, and it also makes a very good pre-workout and post-workout. So if you gym buffs want a new pre and post-workout formula, try Swift. They have loads of different flavours available. We've recently ordered the raspberry iced tea, which will, once we get the package, we'll let you guys know exactly of how it tastes and how it works. But you can also pre-order their 2 new flavours, blue sour strip and bubblegum. Without further ado, guys, we'll get into the show. We've got some quite exciting things to talk about. For the first episode, mainly, I think what we're just gonna tell you guys a bit more about ourselves. We think it's only fair that you get to know your host. You want to know people who are talking to you every single week. So we're really, the first episode is just going to be about us. It sounds really selfish, but it's going to be about us. And later on, we're going to go into a few more things. We've got some.
The more you know is the more we hope you're going to like us, and the more it'll develop, I suppose.
Yeah, so it's going to be really good. We don't have a format for the podcast now. It'll vary up every week. We'll talk about different topics and different things.
Until we find the system that we like.
But it will change. We don't have a set schedule as and when these videos will be getting released, but
we will sort that out, and there will be a schedule. And
over
time,
it'll just take us some time to work out the kinks, and hopefully as the time goes on, the quality gets better as well, because you guys can't see, but we currently have a free camera setup at the moment.
Yes.
And there's a lot of fiddling we had to do. We had to fiddle around a lot to get to where we are.
It took the piss, really. It really did.
But we are here, and we're very excited to bring...
Yes, very excited.
Definitely very excited.
Well, the first really section is how we know each other.
Yeah.
So obviously we both went into secondary school for 2009, I think it was.
Yeah, so we attended school from 2009 to
2014.
Yeah, so what, 7 years ago now?
Well, started it 11 years ago. Obviously finished school 6.5 years ago, didn't we? So
yeah, it's been a long time.
Known each other good 11 years.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time. And we met Joe through school as well, I should mention. It's all good and well. But yeah, we are school friends. We met many years ago. Ironically, we met in class. Do you remember what
class? Was textiles.
Is it textiles?
Textiles, year 7.
Can I just say, before we go into that, textiles is one of the most, I think it's one of the most pointless things to teach.
Well, I mean, you only do it in year 7. Do you know what I mean? You do it for like first half of year 7, and then you just don't do it at all again.
Knitting, ironing, and that's
tie-dye.
Tie-dye, yeah. I mean, it's all good and well if you want to go into that,
but for us at least, it
was a waste of time.
Yes, I mean, at one point we literally just sat in the middle of class and just
sang songs
and just tried to change them. And
we used to have a thing where we used to sit in the back of the class and sing Eminem's "Not Afraid."
Yeah,
just repeatedly.
That was a funny time. Yeah, it sounds silly and stupid, but being year 7s at the time, and that was a new song as well then.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't really know where things went from there, really. We just sort of hung out from school. We started playing football together. We had a lot more classes together as well.
Yeah, and then we had like the same group of friends as well.
Yeah, so
everyone who we hang around with, obviously we all hung around together anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, we all sort of had our one primary school best friend, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And we all brought that friend with us to secondary school.
Yeah.
We did, so mine was Fox.
And mine was Alan.
And yours was Alan.
Yes. Yeah. Who we are still good friends and best mates with them now,
And then obviously we brought the friendship groups together and we spent a lot of time together.
The entire fucking school years.
Together, yeah.
I mean, even now we're still going to a pub and that, watching football.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone's got their own lives, but Yeah, we do it as much as we can, and
harsh reality for anybody who's listening who might be in school. But when you leave school, you lose contact with
quite a lot of people.
80 to 90% of the people you grew up with.
Yeah.
Now occasionally you'll bump into them and you'll have a 2-minute chat with them. Or you might send them a happy birthday.
Or you might see them on a night out.
Yeah, but
have a little hat or whatever you have with them, and
but for
other than that, you don't really see them and you don't speak to them at all, really.
No, and we're quite thankful in that sense that we've had that friendship group that's stayed together for so many years. We still do a lot together. You know, a lot of those. Some of us have, you know, me and you don't, but some of our friends have kids now and families, and they've got their own
houses. Do you know what I mean? Good jobs. Do you know what I mean? They don't really have time
and
to
businesses, which is absolutely fine. And life goes on.
Well, that's it. Everyone's got their own life. Everyone has to do their own thing. So
it's really nice to see. And it means a lot, and especially when we've built something like this, we still have these friends together. We've still got people like Joe, we've still got people like you.
Alan, Fox, do you know what I mean?
Being able to build something together, and it just goes to show who your actual friends are out there.
As soon as you leave school, you 100% find out who your real and true friends are.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're the ones that stay around regardless of
and support
how you are and what essentially happens.
And we've seen that. We announced, so we are on the 5th of October at the time we're recording.
Yes.
And we announced the podcast yesterday.
25 hours ago it was.
Yeah. I mean, I won't go into it too much, but the amount of support we've
It's been unbelievable.
It's
unreal.
Absolutely incredible. And for anybody listening who has supported us, thank you so much, because in less than 24 hours, we've received more than 100 followers. We've got 20 new... It's just...
20 new subscribers on YouTube.
It's incredible.
We've got some views, some likes, some comments.
And I'll be honest, it's gone better than
we'd ever
imagined,
believed.
The proof's in the pudding at the end of the day. You know, we could do this for a year, we could do it for 2 years, we could do it for 6 months, and it not work. But we've
given it a go. I mean, we want to do it. We're passionate.
Doing this for us at the end of the day, and it sounds really selfish, but it's something that me personally, I've wanted to be. I've always been part of YouTube. You guys won't know, but about 6-7 years ago, I had a YouTube channel where I made gaming content and walkthroughs and commentaries, mainly COD, but I also did playthroughs. I had an Elgato, a HD,
did a bit of FIFA as well, didn't you?
FIFA, yeah. I did a lot last year, so I've always been sort of in that YouTube circle. I stopped being a part of YouTube a long time ago because I gave a shit about what people thought about me.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous when you think about it, but it's like, if you think of it like this, you're a 13, 14-year-old lad, you're in your secondary school, you're already paranoid about what everyone thinks about you and what your sort of social status is.
I mean, throughout every community, every online Instagram, it's always what brand you wear, what brand you buy, how expensive everything is.
Yeah.
So especially at that age, it's like
and it was a big thing.
What's good and what's not.
Around the time I started YouTube was within KSI's first year or two on YouTube. It was when Syndicate became really big on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I got in at the very early stages, and the reason I stopped was because I gave a shit about what people thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never told anyone you had a YouTube channel, did you?
Because I was worried about what people
exactly.
thought. Yeah. But the people I did tell, I remember coming in from lunchtime, and I'd go into form, and my face would be on the projector screen, and everyone would be like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel." And then my tutor would play the videos without my permission, and you'd just be sat there
cringing to yourself.
No, I don't mind people listening, but
in their own spare time,
it came across as really patronising.
Yeah. And not supportive, realistically.
Yeah, and the people, and you do get people who, I did have people come up to me and said, I think what you're doing is really cool and that, but you almost don't take them very seriously because you think, well, are you having me on here?
Yeah, everyone else is laughing at me, so why are you being supportive?
Why are you being are you trying to get in? So I stopped YouTube.
Crap. You regretted it, didn't you?
Yeah, massively.
You've told me a few times that you regretted it and you wanted to start it again.
I truly believe if I had kept up YouTube 5-6 years ago, I'd still be doing it today.
100%. 100%.
But that's what's brought me back to it. Because I've wanted to do it and I've been a part of it, and now I'm at that age, I've gone through some shit, I've matured, I've grown up, I don't care what people think anymore. That's it.
I mean, the more you grow up, the more you just don't give a shit about
because
anything.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm doing the podcast. For me personally, I can't speak on your behalf because you'll have your own reason for doing it. But
yes, yeah.
I want to be back into the community, and I want to build a community of our own sort of audience. I want to have people listening to us, and I want people to be involved. So, guys, you know, if you want to be showcased, if you want to be involved in the show, email us. Our email address is havingitoutuk@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You want to send us videos of you singing? You want to send us gaming clips? You want to send us a funny video of your dog? You can send us whatever you want, guys. You want to send us comments, questions? Do it. Our email address is open for you all. I want to build a community at the end of the day, and I want to.
Well, that's it. That's what we want. We want to build a positive community, which everyone's happy, everyone's positive, everyone supports. That's what you want in life. Everyone just stick together. Everyone to be there and smash. Everyone has a good life. Everyone smashes their life, and it's just. And that's what you want.
We've spoken a lot, like sort of off scenes. Like the reason we're doing this, it's almost a bit therapeutic in a sense.
Yeah.
Because I've got a lot of thoughts, I've got a lot of opinions, I've got a lot of things I want to share, but I never talk about shit. So this is an opportunity for me to just speak my mind, and that is just a little disclaimer, guys.
Well, that's the reason I want to do this podcast as a whole, because essentially I've never been a good talker. I've always struggled talking in public and in private. I've gone through a lot of stuff in my life, and mental health wise, it's been a struggle. But do you know what I mean? I'm here today. I'm wanting to speak about my experiences, my life, my mental health, and it's just a chance for me to use my voice to come across anyone else who has a voice but just can't get it out. That's why I'm here, really.
Yeah.
To have a voice for other people, to tell me so then I can say what they want, but
and
they can't.
People can relate to you, you know, because they're in the same position.
I mean, everyone's going through mental health at the minute, especially during lockdown. Obviously, everyone got a bit down, got a bit low.
And, as the show goes on through the weeks, guys, you're going to find out...
hell of a lot about us.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about us. You're going to find out some personal stuff. You're going to find out a lot of downfalls. But you're going to hear probably more downfalls than you are upfalls. But the reason we're doing
that's life at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, that is life. But the reason we're doing it, guys, is because we want you to be able to relate. Yeah. We want to be able to say some things that make you guys think, well, that's a bit like me. I'm sort of going through something similar like that. And, you know...
Or like I know someone that's going through it, so...
Yeah, and... This podcast at the end of the day isn't just a counselling session for people. It's somewhere for people to listen, have a break, and have a laugh and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, we will be telling the stories, but we just got to go with it.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
So it'll take us, like Brad said, you know, Brad's not always comfortable speaking. I'm not comfortable with speaking. You know, it's daunting for me to look across the table now and see three cameras staring at us. But, you know, it's one of these things we'll just get used to over time.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Hopefully you guys come along with the journey and things will be great.
See us progress, see how good this podcast show becomes. Yeah. Of what we hope it becomes anyway.
Yes, going back to school anyway, do you have a bad memory of me from school? I've sort of put you on the spot here.
A bad memory of you from school?
Yeah, and I'll think of the same, or a good memory. Because I always say school is the best years of your life, because that is where you get to know people, and like I've just said, you'll lose contact with a lot of people, but school is legitimately probably one of the least stressful times.
I mean, at the time, it's the most stressful thing you'll ever go through, and it's like, I want to be older. Yeah. But then as soon as you get older, you're like, mate, school was just piss easy, and it's just, do you want to go back? You know what I mean?
And adult life is
it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. It is.
Tough one. Yeah, you don't realise
how good you've got it.
And I tell you what, right? I have so much more appreciation for my parents.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, you've had to put up with 10 different things while raising a kid. I don't have kids to raise, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But bloody hell, just like paying bills and that
it's a task. Ridiculous. It is a task.
And going to work 9 till 5, sometimes working 6 days weeks. Because like I say, guys, I work in a cafe, so I literally make coffee from 9 till 5 days a week.
Well, you need the energy, don't you? Like... That's why you drink so much.
I don't need the energy for much longer. We've got Swift.
Well, we've got Swift, haven't we?
We just got to wait for it to get delivered.
Aye, next few days. Yeah, should be in.
Going back again to school life. Is there anything you miss about it?
Anything I miss?
Other than, I know we've just touched on the fact that...
The only thing I miss really is just the people. Obviously, I don't miss the lessons, because obviously lessons are boring as fuck.
See, I miss some of them.
Do you? I miss PE, but that's because I'm a sporty guy.
Because, I never enjoyed PE. When I started school, I never enjoyed PE, because I was quite a bulky child, shall we say. I think I weighed, I think my heaviest, like 13, 14 was like 13 and a half stone. Ridiculous.
13, that's what I am now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, mate. And I think I'm weighing just under 10 now. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I went, so I
mean, you've lost it now, so you're all good.
I hated PE in school, mate.
Didn't like getting changed?
Of exercise. No, I was that kid who went into PE and was like,
I forgot my kit, sir.
Oh, I forgot my kit, sir. It's in wash, sort of.
Or I'm injured, or just some excuse.
Yeah. And do you know what was fun? Do you ever remember we had a running test? We had a cross-country test. Because our school, bit of history.
Oh, the running track on the field.
When we joined, we was only like the second year to join York High because the old site burnt down. So there was two schools, weren't there? There was Oaklands and Lowfields.
And Lowfields burnt down.
Was it Lowfields that burned?
Yeah, and then Lowfields had to join Oakland, and that's what made York High.
Yeah, but after the building burnt down, there just wasn't enough room for all the people.
No, there was loads of like porta cabins and stuff, weren't there?
Yeah. So we was only like the second year at that school, so it was a pretty new school. But it was built onto the back of a gym that had a...
it was a leisure centre, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had a gym, an AstroTurf, it had sports courts, a swimming pool, rock climbing.
Indoor gymnasium, want to call it?
Yeah. It had changing rooms, it had the whole shebang. So
literally everything.
Our sort of school was considered a sports school. We even had an Olympic track that was measured out. It was an Olympic track 800 or 400 metres? I'm not too sure.
400.
400.
Yeah, I mean, it was painted on the field, so... Yeah. But it was the same size.
Painted onto the field. But anyway, this one particular lesson, do you remember we had to do a cross-country test and we had to do 10 laps of that field? Was it 10 laps or 8 laps?
I do not remember that. No.
Worst day of my fucking life.
I can imagine it too.
And I tell you what, right? That was the one day I didn't pull the old I forgot my uniform trick.
And that was the day to do it.
But it was also the day that every other fucker did that trick.
And they got made to do it, didn't they?
Well, ish. There was this one lad, I won't say his name, but he had his PE kit. He didn't bring his PE kit to the lesson. He'd thrown it.
Right, okay.
He launched it.
Yeah.
And I think he pretended he hurt his leg, so he was walking around with a fake limp. And
oh no!
His job that day was to stand on one of the corners of the tracks and just hand out water balls.
Doesn't sound too bad, to be fair.
Do you know? Yeah, it doesn't. But when you're running, sweating your tits off, like, and then he's like, "Here's some water, mate." Like, fuck you, Walter. You should be doing this, not me.
I know you're faking your injury leg, mate. Like, yeah.
But yeah, it was seen as a sport in schools. So sports at school.
It was a big thing.
Fun, yeah,
a big thing.
It was so much fun. The only thing we didn't do was swimming. Climbing, we did the gym.
Yeah, but I feel that's because it was open to the public.
Yeah,
like all the time. So it was like there was no time to involve the students really.
But I don't know about your primary school because obviously we went to different primary schools, but
we did swimming in that.
My primary school we went to swimming. We went to the Edmund Wilson swimming pool, so it's an old.
That's where we went.
Used to be back in York.
That swimming pool was unreal.
So you'd think though, for the school to pay to use that swimming pool, couldn't they have just done that for?
I mean, for like 2 hours a day, don't you close it down and.
But then again, I suppose they want a bunch of school kids probably pissing and shit.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. So.
And I mean, it had its own little changing room as well, so you couldn't exactly get changed in their changing rooms.
Yeah, I remember once in primary school when we was going swimming, obviously all the boys get changed. And I don't know how this kid forgot. Alex was his name. Alex, if you're listening, I'm sorry for him. But I remember Alex, he got to the exit of the changing rooms with nothing on. I don't know how he did this, but the kid got fully undressed and forgot to put clothes back on. And all he had to do was put a pair of shorts on.
Oh no!
So yeah,
he just walked out in his boxers?
Yeah, with his little pecker out. Yeah.
I've never heard that story before.
Well, you wouldn't have done. She was at a different school.
That's unreal.
But yeah, it was a very interesting.
That is unreal.
You have all kinds of memories from school. Do you remember did you ever, when you were doing the swimming lessons, did you ever have to wear those fucking stupid
little armbands?
There were armbands, but they were like bricks.
No. I was a good swimmer. I was. I can't relate.
But they were you still have to wear them. I was like, I can swim. We'll be the judge of that. I'm like, how can you be the judge of it? Either I swim or I drown.
Well,
There's
that's
no in
it.
between.
That's why you start in the shallow pool.
Well,
Don't mean that's like a foot high.
Yeah, and if you was a good boy at the end of the day, you got to go down the little slide.
Yeah.
But school life was pretty much fun.
It was. Yeah. School was just unreal in terms of memories of PE, the people, even some of the teachers. To be honest, some of the teachers were amazing. As much as
Some.
oh yeah. Only a handful.
You're
But I mean,
looking
as
at a
much
guy
as
who
everybody
tried to fail his GCSE in Spanish because his teacher just didn't like. My teacher didn't like me. I didn't like her, so I deliberately tried to fail at Spanish. It did not work. I got a D. I couldn't fail at failing. It was a joke.
how could you not?
I don't know.
You could have just not wrote anything.
I could have done. Yeah, but my issue was I didn't want to not write anything and for her to drag me back in saying, "Oh, you haven't done it."
Oh, true, but
you don't want. But yeah, some of the teachers.
I mean, no offense, but she was a bit harsh at times, and she could have handled things a lot better.
Don't be a bitch.
No offense, but
no offense. You teach in school, and trust me, I've done teaching.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
Job, I used to teach primary school to sixth form.
Mm.
And
yeah, but that's just. I mean, it's just your personality,
primary
innit?
school kids are so much easier. I will never.
Are they?
I will never teach at a secondary school again.
Well, don't they say if you can't teach, you teach primary or something?
Or
something like that.
I taught an all-girls school. And the year 5 and 6 class I had was amazing. But the year 7s above, you try and shut them up. Yeah, it's like
to be fair, year
feeding
7s are the worst.
frenzy.
Year 7s are horrible.
And then I had to teach a sixth form. You imagine teaching a sixth form at 19 years old and they're only like 2-3 years
a year younger than you or something.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like I say, don't be a bitch. It's just, it's just.
You're not
You're
wrong.
teaching kids at the
If you don't be a bitch, then you're gonna be alright, aren't you? Really?
And people
Do you know what I mean?
like you. It's not just But hey ho.
If you got along with them, they got along with you, and your life's fine.
Yeah,
essentially.
Be all jolly. So, guys, we're going to go into our next section of our podcast. Joe, our editor, and Charlotte have kindly wrote us about 20 questions to answer. We have no idea what they've put down. We're about to see them for the very first time. Joe's just sending them across, and we're going to look at them on Brad's phone. We're going to go through them and answer them as best as we can. Joe said some of them are a bit personal, some of them aren't. So
I'm not sure if we're doing all 20 today.
No.
But we'll make a separate video for the rest of them at some point, yeah.
For now, you're just going to get to know us a bit more. Right. You haven't got to
he has sent us the first question over.
What is the first question, Brad?
Do we have any funny drunk stories?
Bloody hell.
You've got loads because you said them over there.
I've got a lot of drunk stories. I don't know whether some of them are funny. Some of them are a bit questionable. One of them involves getting arrested.
That's not a funny story, though, is it?
No. One clearly pops into your head when you've said that, I'm assuming.
Well, because as soon as you said that, I know which incident you're on about.
My incident or your incident?
Both. Well, which incident of mine?
Well, I've
got a fair
I'll tell you what. You do my incident, I'll do yours. We'll mix it up a bit. What is my funniest incident on a drunk night out, Brad? What is it?
Well, it was when we went to Leeds.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Well, we went to Leeds on night out with our friend Jason.
And all his friends from Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're also our friends. I just want to put that out there.
The day didn't go as well as we
I drank
planned.
A shit ton. We went straight to Tiger.
Yep. Got a pint of Desperado, so each had a few shots.
No, I wasn't having the Desperados at the point.
Yes, you were.
The Desperados was the last drink I had.
No, you had a couple of them.
Yeah, but they were the last ones I had before I blacked out drunk.
Oh, we had a few vodka cokes, trebles.
I had a lot of vodka.
I had a few shots, tequilas.
Yeah, a lot of tequila. I love my tequila. I'm kind of, yeah. I drank a lot. I was having a great night. It was absolutely
we
great.
both drank a lot. It's just you got wrecked.
The issue is, when you go out drinking with Brad, you feel like you have to keep up with him. Because this guy can drink a good 12 pints before he even feels an effect. Takes me 3 or 4. So
I did try a while and say, like, you don't have to drink everything I drink, realistically. You don't have to. I'm not going to force it on you.
Guys, you'll know this. You're out with your friends. You're all necking drinks. You cannot be that last one to finish it. You can't. You can't. And you can't.
Well, it depends how slow you drink it.
I couldn't have a drink. I'm not encouraging drinking at all. If you're under 18 in the UK, don't drink.
When you turn 18, do what you want. Have fun.
Do whatever
go
you
nuts.
Want. But for this instance, I took a lot of alcohol in my system.
Yes, you did.
And this one place, like you said, was selling Desperados, and I love Desperados.
On tap, so it'll be
but they were
pint of
selling it in tap.
Desperados.
Yeah. So, and I think Desperados is 5.9% or something.
Is it 5.9?
It's 5 point something, I believe. It's quite a high percentage.
Well, what's a normal lager? What's that, like 4?
3 or 4, yeah. But this is tequila beer, so it's a bit more.
I think it's like 5. I think it's like 5.2 or
it's
something.
It's a 5 point something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I blacked out drunk. I blacked out to the point Brad had to carry me over his shoulder to a place. Now, we left this one... I remember leaving this one place, and we was trying to get into the next nightclub, weren't we?
Oh, this is funny.
Yeah, and we all got given these flyers to show the doorman to let us in.
Yeah.
And obviously we're in the queue, and they're all saying, "Get your IDs ready, guys." But I'd put the flyer in my back pocket where my ID was.
So you got your ID out.
Bloke, everyone's saying to me, "Right, Jay, get your ID in your hand, get ready," because everyone knew I was blackout drunk.
Yeah, so you had your ID, you had your passport in your hand.
Yeah.
And then when he came up to you, the bouncer, you went, yeah, give me 2 seconds. And he put his ID away and got the flyer out and went to hand over this flyer over to the bouncer. And the bouncer was having none of it. It was like, "Mate, this is the flyer." And he went, "Nah, it's my ID." And he went, "It's a flyer, mate."
Yeah.
And then Jay was like, "Nah." It's like proper debating whether the flyer was his idea or not. And obviously it wasn't.
So the wisest thing that any person would do at that stage is probably go to sober themselves up, get some food in you, sober yourself up. Across the road was a Subway.
It's a big Subway, that.
It was a big ass Subway place. Do you remember this? And we was crossing the road, and in between the road was like a little flower pots where you put big
brick walls with flowers in it.
It was big. It was probably a good
3 feet,
2-3 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried jumping over it.
I tried. Well, no, I climbed on top of it because you climbed on top of it and jumped down. I climbed up of it and fell down face first into the middle of the road and ripped my brand new shirt.
And I had to drag you up, put you on my back.
And take me to Subway.
Go to Subway, sit you down in Subway, and then try and ask you what you wanted as a sandwich.
Yeah, guys, I was the first one home that night.
I don't know how you got home, because I went straight into the place again after I got you a sandwich.
But you know what? I completely agree with you. That was probably one of the funniest nights, because was
100%.
that the time our friend cancelled those bank transactions as well?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So here's
we don't need to go into the story today.
We don't. We can go through the story another time. If you guys want to hear a story about our friend and some bank transactions that he sent and then later cancelled for a certain establishment,
you have to let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Leave a like, comment on the video, and we'll share that story. We might even bring him on the podcast and let him explain for himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, your funniest incident.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that.
You don't really have funny incidents. It's sort of what happens after the night out. Like, when it comes to you. Brad will go for a night out. You'll have a completely fine night. You'll wake up in the morning and no one knows where you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's not funny at the time, but
well, no.
After the fact, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, we won't go into it too much. Again, it's a story for another video. If you guys want to hear the story about when we had a boat and a helicopter looking for Brad across York, like the video. And I'll just tell you now, helicopters to set off apparently cost the taxpayer £10,000. You had a helicopter and a boat on the river looking for you.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Story for another day, maybe, but you've had some funny incidents.
Bit of a cop-out, but yeah.
Yeah. You don't really have any funny nights.
I mean,
the night.
The night is out. It's always funny. There's always stuff going on, but
more afterwards.
Yeah, in terms of like stories wise, it's always a good night out. But...
Yeah. So we'll move on to another question now.
Yes.
Let's see what else we've got.
The next question is the worst injury you've ever suffered.
Oh fucking hell! That you tell.
Now I've got a fair few of these. A fair few of these.
Yeah. So which one? I mean, the one that pops into mind is the growth plate.
Growth plate
in your knee.
I don't have any growth plate in my knee.
Not anymore.
I don't have it anywhere.
You not?
No, so essentially, back in school, back into year 10, playing a bit of football.
Who was you playing football against, Brad? Bear in mind we're in year 10.
Against the year 7s.
Yeah, against the year 7s. Because, you know, being in year 10, you love to injure small children.
Essentially, I was running with the ball next to the goal, and I heard and felt a massive pop and a cracking mini. So I just thought I got booted by a 7. So I got up, walked on it perfectly fine, got to the other end of the AstroTurf, and collapsed. Not fainted, just literally had to go to the floor because I couldn't walk. Yeah, I lifted up my trouser leg, me knee had swollen twice the size.
Knee had swollen. It looked like you had a Siamese twin growing on your kneecap.
Yeah.
You had your kneecap and then a double kneecap. And
Yeah.
It was massive.
So essentially, what had happened was, so say your kneecap's like the middle bone in your finger, it popped and it went up to halfway up me thigh pretty much.
Yeah.
So went to hospital, got an
They
X-ray.
got an ambulance to the AstroTurf.
Oh yeah, there's gates on there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I tell you what, I've never
couldn't
seen
walk.
those gates open before.
But, oh yeah.
Ambulance came, never seen those
So
gates
yeah,
open.
got to hospital, had an X-ray, told me that I had ripped my tendon off my shin bone, so I had to have surgery. And the surgery was pretty much to screw that tendon back onto the bone, just to get everything back in place, really. And it took four screws, or 2 screws, should I say, to hold it together. And they are still in my knee right
how
now.
much metal do you have in you? 'Cause that is what you've had quite a few injuries with your legs.
Yes, so in my
Have you had
knee,
an injury with your arm?
I broke my arm.
You've broke your arm before.
Broke my arm in that year 7 year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've had quite a few on your legs.
Yeah, so in my knee,
So
I've
you're
got
like
2
part
screws.
Terminator now.
I mean, I'd like to think so.
Like, if you go through airport security, will everything go off?
It doesn't, you know. It doesn't. No. But yeah, so I've got 2 screws in my knee.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, I broke my foot. That's a story for another day.
And you kicked the lamppost.
Scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Yeah, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So in there, I've got, I think, 4 screws and a metal plate in my foot. So they're the worst injuries that I've had. What about you?
Well, I don't really think I should say this without touch wood. I've had none. The worst I've had is a fracture.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, you've lived a good life, you.
Wood, I've not had any injuries. Not that I can recall anyway. Probably a few cuts and scrapes here.
That's a
and
lucky one, that.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of people have never broken a bone, have they?
But I was quite a not very adventurous child. I was always really sort of, as a kid, I was sort of
inside doing your own thing.
I was mollycoddled, mate. So it's like everything I did. As a kid, you would not see me climb a tree. You wouldn't see me do anything sort of ridiculous out of fear of harming myself. And that was just the kid I was, because I was like overprotected as a kid.
Yes.
And I was pretty spoiled as a kid, especially by my grandparents. Growing up now, I'll climb a tree. I'll just
you do whatever you want now.
Whatever I want now. I don't really care. I'll live with the consequences. But back then, you'd never catch me doing anything that would risk an injury.
I mean, it's a good way to live, to be fair. No one likes to get injured, do they? I mean, it hurts for a start.
Well, you've been injured enough. I think you're used to it now.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to think I've got a high pain tolerance as well. So I think that's that question done.
Yeah, do we have another one?
We do.
Yeah, we'll do one more, guys, because we want to go into our next section.
Yes. This is the last one. It is the best meal deal combo with a £3 limit. So we're talking like a Tesco meal deal.
I've seen this somewhere before. I've seen this somewhere before.
So yeah, so we'll do our best and then the best one that you could get.
My best, in my eyes, is the best.
Okay, so we'll do.
All right.
We'll do what we normally get, and then what the best in terms of money.
Because this matters a lot. Because now he's brought the question up, this is going to get pretty. Which shop are you going to for your meal?
Tesco.
Okay.
Where'd you go? Boots.
You said £3 limit, hadn't you?
Which is Tesco.
Yeah, I would have said Boots. But that's £3.89 or something.
I think Sainsbury's is like £3.80.
Sainsbury's, I won't go there.
Yeah, Sainsbury's don't do that good.
Yeah, I think they've got dead meal deals. Oh, really dead meal.
Have you tried the pasta pot from Sainsbury's?
I'm sorry if I've offended any of you.
Mate, the pasta pots from Sainsbury's are minging.
Yeah, is that? Yeah. I'm a Boots guy. I usually go for like a chicken Caesar wrap, or they do a nice chicken.
What was this? Tesco. Boots.
Boots. They do a nice.
Well, this isn't the question.
Well, I'm saying my meal deal. I'm surpassing the £3 limit.
Okay.
I like to ball out on a meal deal. Whether it's an extra 69p, I'm a baller when it comes to meal deals. So I'll either go for a chicken Caesar salad wrap.
Yeah.
Or a chicken and couscous Mediterranean salad that they do.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a bit fancy that, but it's really nice.
Yeah, that's out there.
That is my my meal out of it.
Okay, so what snack do you get?
See,
or does it depend on the day?
At Boots, they do fruit gums and fruit pastels on meal deals. Yeah, they also do things like Kinder Buenos and stuff. So
I think Tesco do them as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think they change it quite a lot though. They change what's in their meal deal. I think it's mainly like Kit Kats and Mars bars, isn't it?
It's more chocolate based.
Boring stuff.
Yeah, more chocolate based.
I was saying that. So I'll probably go for like a pack of fruit pastels or a pack of fruit gums.
And at Tesco, what'd you get?
Again, Tesco's quite basic, isn't it? So
Just some crisps or something.
Tesco, I'd probably go for a BLT at Tesco, you know?
BLT?
Yeah, because a BLT is like the top tier sandwich.
It is a go-to for many people,
I'm
isn't
not a
it?
chicken sandwich guy, I'm a bacon guy.
So I'd always get the chicken and bacon sandwich.
Oh, okay. With mayo?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't have mayo, it's just boring.
Is that your...
It's a dead.
So it's chicken and... Are you saying across all boards it would be a chicken and
That's
bacon
what I
sandwich?
get. That's
That
what
is
I
your
get.
go-to. So what is your snack?
If
If you say something dead here, I'm gonna...
well, look, I don't like
popcorn.
I don't like
or something,
chocolate. No, I won't get popcorn. That's strange.
I like popcorn, but not as a snack when it's a meal deal.
I don't know. I'd probably go. I don't know. Some Doritos,
I want some filling
like
if I'm getting a meal deal.
chili
not
heat wave
like...
Doritos.
Oh, you're a chili heat wave guy. Okay.
That is my favourite Doritos.
Okay. See, I'm not really a crisp guy.
I love good crisp.
So what's your drink? Because we haven't got on to drinks yet. So wait, let's just backtrack. So chicken and bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
Sweet chili crisp, you said?
Chili heat wave Doritos.
Chili heat wave. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you a sweet chili guy? These sensations, are you a sweet chili?
I don't like sensations.
What?
I don't like sensations.
You're wrong, mate.
I don't like them.
You're wrong.
They're just too tough.
What'd you... Eh?
If I'm thinking of the
that thin?
if I'm thinking of the right crisps, they're a bit tough.
The Walker's sensations with sweet chili.
I think they're a bit tough. If they're the right crisps, I could be thinking of different ones.
I've
but
heard it all now. You've got teeth, not gums.
yeah, I know. But
Well, I'll allow it. We're not judging.
I mean, it's either that or there's some crisp out there that's
Okay.
really
So what's
tough.
your drink? Don't say water.
No, it's one of them
Don't say water.
smoothies. What?
Innocent smoothies. My guy.
Yeah,
My guy. Yeah.
because they cost like $2.50 on their own.
Yeah. So you're saving so much. Money.
Exactly. So if you get one of them, you've won.
Yeah,
You've won the meal deal.
What's the other brand you get? An innocent smoothie? Or is it Naked?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the ones you get.
Yeah, but I prefer the innocent ones.
Nah, I get the naked ones.
Well, that's where we.
Like the blue. I don't know what it's called, but the
we
blue
can
one.
agree on the smoothie as a drink.
Oh yeah, because they're just expensive.
So there you go.
And this needs to happen.
So to summarise, mine, if I'm going to Tesco, will be a BLT, probably a Mars bar because those are the only chocolates to do, and a smoothie.
Yes.
I'm off the boots, chicken Caesar salad, all the couscous shit.
And then what I would get is
smoothie
chicken and bacon, obviously with mayo.
with mayo.
Doritos, chili heat wave, a naked smoothie, just because you need to bump up the price, don't you?
There you go. Let us know what your meal deal choices are in the comments below. Hopefully we have some similarities. Maybe we have some
Maybe not.
differences.
No.
See what happens.
If you agree or don't agree, just leave a comment. Let us know what you think, really.
Yeah.
We're all good.
We're all Gucci. Now
all
we're
good.
bringing a new section to the show. And this will be a
Yes.
recurring thing on a weekly basis. And what we've called it is Things You Love to See.
Things you love to
It
say.
is Things You Love to See. It's pretty self-explanatory, but we've browsed through the internet, and every week we might feature 1, 2, maybe 3 stories. Or...
Depends on what we see each week, really.
Yeah,
and
just
what we
something
find.
we find just inspiring or just nice. Something to brighten the day, really.
Yes.
So, I believe we just got the one today. Do we not?
Yeah, and this is also the part of the show where you can send in your stories or articles or whatever you want to send to us that we can feature on the show.
Yeah.
That we can bring up and talk about.
If you've got a good news story that you know about, send it into our email
Yeah.
address. Going into Things You Love to Say, I have a
Yes.
story for you, Brad.
You do.
I recently mentioned it to you earlier, and I'd like to highlight a streamer.
Yes, and I don't know anything about this guy.
No,
As
so
of yet.
I'd like to talk to you about Randy Fitzgerald,
Randy Fitch. Okay.
also known as Nomad. Or if you want to follow him, guys, you can go over to Facebook Gaming and follow Nomad TV.
Oh,
That's-
streams on Facebook.
Yeah, he's a Facebook
Okay,
gamer. Yeah, so
okay.
that's it's not spelt Nomad in the way. There's some numbers in there. I believe it's N0M4DTV. But basically, Randy Fitzgerald is a pro disabled esports player.
He's a pro.
He's a pro.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'd definitely say he's a pro because what this guy can do with what he has at his disposal is absolutely unbelievable. So
Okay.
Randy was born in 1979, I believe, and he has a disease called, and I'm going to butcher the name of this guy, so
What's
we'll
that, 41?
probably put it
Yeah.
on the screen, so I've had to write it down on my notes. If I butcher this, Randy, I am very sorry, my friend. Arthrogryposis, which basically means it's a rare condition, which means you have undeveloped muscles in your body and you can't move your limbs. So Randy, unfortunately, can't move his arms or legs or his body. He can only really move his head. And you may
So
be
it's
thinking,
kind of
well,
a paralysed disease, sort of.
well, yeah, but it's very, very rare.
Yeah.
And I never heard of it. I can barely say the word. But this guy is so inspiring because Randy plays with his face. He plays Warzone. He plays CS. He plays any game he wants on a controller
Is
using
it
his face.
Is it FPS? Is that the words?
Yes, so
Yeah.
he'll play first-person shooter games.
Yeah.
How does he do it?
Yeah,
So,
that is a question.
I don't know if you guys know, but on Call of Duty, there is a setting for your controller, and you can change the stick and button input, and there's a setting on there called Nomad.
Is there?
That's named after Nomad.
Oh.
So
Might have to look for that later.
yeah, so it's like you'll hold your left stick up to aim, use your right stick to shoot, as opposed to using your triggers. Obviously,
Okay.
Randy's only using his face. There's only so much he can do.
Yeah, so he'll have to like move his face and well, his cheeks and mouth and
he has a specially designed custom controller that he uses. So if you imagine the basic buttons on an Xbox controller, you've got A, B, Y, and X.
yes.
He also has buttons in between those, which give him additional inputs. So some of them might be, he'll press this silver button, and it might be pressing LB and RB at the same time. So obviously, because he can't get around to the controller.
Yeah.
So it's just absolutely incredible.
That does sound amazing.
To see that someone, it just goes to show that
you can do anything.
if you feel like you can't do anything, there is always an alternative to get you out of it. And Randy is living proof of that. You know, and he's an advocate for other disabled gamers out there. And it's a story I'd heard about a few years ago. And I'll be honest, I didn't take much notice of it at the time. But since Facebook Gaming's become such a big streaming platform for gaming, I'm seeing him all the time now.
Okay.
And he is such, and I mean this, I'm not just saying this, he's a really nice guy.
Is he?
You get, so you'll have people who just come in and say hi to him. And he'll take time to make sure he doesn't miss a single one. And he'll say, hi there, he'll say, hi Brad, how you doing? I hope your day's going well today, Brad. And then let's say you're saying, bye Randy, thanks for the stream. He'll say, hope you have a lovely day. Hope to catch you next time.
Wow.
He takes time to put effort into his audience.
Yeah.
And honestly, guys, you need to check out Nomad because he is an inspiration. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on Twitter, follow him on YouTube, support him, and tell him that Having It Out sent you.
And what was his name again?
Name again is Nomad TV. That's spelled N0M4D TV. And he's over on Facebook Gaming.
I'll have a look at that later, I think. Yeah.
And now it's time for a section of our show where we're going to talk about the Premier League.
Yes.
You
what a
guys
week
won't
it's
know.
been.
I tell you what, it's been a week, hasn't it? For
What
those
a
of
week
you,
it's
You
been.
guys won't know. I'm a Liverpool fan and Brad's a Chelsea fan.
Yes.
So there's a bit of a clash going on here at the moment. Joe, our editor, is also a Chelsea fan, but we won't talk about that because I feel outnumbered at the moment.
Especially
But
given.
we're going to talk about the weekend we've had. Like I say, at the time we're
Yeah.
recording this, it's the 5th of October. And wow, what a weekend of
What a
football
weekend.
it has.
What a yesterday it's been, really. What a Sunday.
Where do we start? Should we start with the City game?
Yes. Let's start with the City game.
Leeds United. Manchester City, Leeds United. It finished 1-1 at, I believe it was at Ellen Road.
It was at Elland Road, yeah.
What a result for Leeds United.
Oh, yeah.
What a result.
Considering Man City for the past 6 years, I've been top of table, fighting for the title.
Not last season. Just
Oh, yeah.
Not last season, but
yeah, past like 6 years, they've been up there smashing it.
Oh, yeah.
And then newly promoted Leeds United come through on a Madden.
I tell you what, a lot of my family are Leeds United supporters. They tried to get me to support Leeds as a kid. Wasn't working.
I'm pretty sure they went 1-0 up, didn't they?
But yeah, they were. I tell you what, who would have... Leeds are going to stir up this season.
Oh, 100%.
Even the Liverpool game, it finished 4-3. Goal after goal. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can argue that there was terrible defending on our end, but Leeds are really going to mix things up.
Well,
this
what was
season.
their second game ended 4-3 as well against Fulham.
I don't. Where are they? They're currently placed 8th. Do you think Leeds will finish top 10?
Well, I've said ever since I saw them get promoted, I've said top 8.
Top 8?
I've said top 8.
I think top 10.
But
I don't think Leeds are going to get relegated.
I don't think they're going to get top 8, but they've got a good chance.
But I think we could be seeing a lot more of Leeds United in the Premier League, and I think they're really going to shake things.
Well, I think it'll be the same as what Sheffield United did last season.
Yeah, you can argue that.
Because where did they come? Like 7th last season, 8th,
or something like that. But
they came top. It was
even Leeds v Sheffield United's a big game because they've still got to prove, that they are ready for the Premier League.
It's a Yorkshire derby as well, isn't it?
I tell you what, I think they've proved that they're ready for the Premier League.
Well, Bamford smashed it.
And they've got more money now. They're able to invest in more players. You know, they've just signed
Rodrigo
from
I don't know what they've signed, to be honest. I don't know that.
I don't think they've signed too many, but they've got a lot of young prospects. I think they've got a goalkeeper who's only about 18 years old, but some of the saves he's pulling off are ridiculous.
Yeah, didn't they buy a new world-class keeper?
They may well have done. I can't think off the top of my head.
Well, they've got Casilla in there, haven't they?
Yeah, and Leeds are doing wonders this season.
Yeah,
City need to watch their backs because City are dropping points at the moment. And if City want to contend for
title or even Champions League,
they need to be winning every game.
Yes.
Because at the moment, I think we should go into the next game. Because at the moment, Everton,
yeah,
are soaring,
smashing.
Everton first place in the league.
Who
lost the game also.
They played Brighton at the weekend.
4-2 finish.
4-2.
And I tell you what, James Rodriguez has been the greatest buy for Everton.
He's been unreal.
I tell you, him going
unreal.
Was it? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was he Real Madrid, then Bayern?
Yeah. And then back to Real.
And then back.
And then to now to Everton.
But I tell you what, I knew he'd do well.
What weekend? I think he got 2 goals and an assist. Or was it 1 goal and 2 assists?
I believe off the top of my head. I mean, we can look at the stats right here. Yeah. We've got the stats right in front of us. James Rodriguez.
3 goals in 4 games.
4 games, and I believe he's got 2 assists as well. He's playing absolutely phenomenal.
The entire team are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin's got 6 goals in 4 games.
Have we still got Theo over there?
Theo? I believe so.
Again.
I mean, I haven't seen him in years, but
even still, last season, Theo Walcott, he played really well for Everton.
I think he's just been struck with injuries, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
I think even at the back end of his Arsenal career, injuries just let him down.
Yeah, and I suppose he's in footballing terms, he's maybe getting a bit on now. He's played a lot. He's done a lot internationally.
How old is he? He's like
maybe late 20s. But if you're talking football terms, I mean,
yeah, getting on a bit.
Your forwards and your strikers get to mid 30s,
like 30, 31, and they start to
keepers last longer.
Off.
I mean, you have
Friedel who played to like 42.
Tim Howard, who was 40 odd or something.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Yeah. So you've got a lot to do, but Everton are a team to watch out.
This season, they're brilliant.
James Rodriguez, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin,
Alan.
You've got so much to look forward to from Everton, and it's going to be really
scary
to see what they do.
Especially with the management, Ancelotti.
I tell you what, Merseyside is going to be violent this year.
On Saturday, there's Everton-Liverpool derby at Everton as well. So that would be a game to watch out for.
Yeah. So while we're on that, actually, while we're in Merseyside, why don't we hop over the pond to Liverpool and talk about our absolutely shocking performance against
I'll let you take this one.
What can you say?
What happened?
We played absolutely dog. I can make up excuses. I can say Alisson's injured at the moment. He took a knock in training. Mane and Thiago both have the virus.
Yep.
We're missing 3 of our most crucial players at the moment. You can argue that, but look, at the end of the day...
What was the score? It was 7-2?
7-2 against...
But you can't take it away from Villa, though.
No.
They absolutely smashed it.
Ollie Watkins with his hat-trick.
I think they're his first goals in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
They're his first ever goals.
I've seen something on Facebook.
And it was a hat-trick against the current champions.
And I think he's broke the record for scoring the most goals in 4 leagues. I think he's got like 29 goals across 4 leagues.
I don't know where he's been before this.
Yeah, I'll have to check that stat myself. But
I think it was a perfect hat trick as well.
Yeah,
I think I read that somewhere.
What, left foot, right foot header? Like I say, I can make up excuses, but we played absolutely shoddy on the day. The defence was absolutely terrible. If I was to make changes myself, I would have probably placed Fabinho at centre back alongside Van Dijk, and then I would have started Miller and Henderson.
Who was your back four? I'm assuming Trent,
Robbo, Gomez, and Van Dijk. But also
that's normally a good partnership, though.
It is, but I'm a hit and miss fan of Gomez. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a good player.
Adrian or whatever his name is, he needs to go.
But I think Fabinho, especially his last game, Fabinho was playing best at centre back than most centre backs are playing.
What? Fabinho against Chelsea was
ridiculous.
It was unreal. That was a 2-0 win.
Yeah, and even the likes of Thiago came on and broke records in 45 minutes.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
but now we've got him out for God knows how long.
I mean, after this weekend, it's international break.
Yeah, so that does help. But I can make up excuses for day, and there's some stuff I would have probably done different, but. You can't, like you said, you can't take it away from Villa. They played absolutely phenomenal.
Yes, they really did.
But like you say, we've got Everton derby at the weekend. We can't we can't do it. We're champions.
Yeah.
We are champions.
You need to
we
buckle
cannot,
up.
Yeah, we cannot let
train hard, buckle up.
Yeah, we can't. But Everton's going to be a hard game.
Yeah. Next game, over to your rivals, Manchester United.
Yeah.
They didn't have a good weekend, did they?
It brings a smile to my face.
Against
Bradley.
Tottenham.
It really does.
Ended 6-1.
Ole needs. See, there's something wrong with that club. I mean, the fans might argue it's the owners. I think it's a mix of everything. The owners, the management, and the football players.
Like, nobody wants to play for that club.
No, and the panic buying at the moment, and I'm sorry to
Yeah.
any Man U fans out there, but you've got some of the best players in the world at your team, and they're not performing to what they should be. The last thing you should be doing
The defence needs a
is buying
sort
more players. Yeah, I mean, but you could look at City. Look how much City have invested into the defence.
They've spent nearly 500 million
It's ridiculous.
just on defenders
Look
alone.
at John Stones. How well did John Stones do?
Well, that's it.
Exactly, but you can say the same with Man U. They've just
Like Maguire,
yeah.
he came from Leicester. He had what, two or three good games.
Yeah, but they've got a history of just wasting money. I mean, you can look at the likes of probably not Mkhitaryan, but
He was good, to be fair. But Sanchez
Falcao wanted to go the first day. Falcao, Pogba. All the hype that was around Pogba. Look, what's he done?
Yeah, but
what has he done?
at the time he was that guy.
Yeah.
He was the world
But he didn't perform.
guy. It was Paul Pogba. Do you know what I mean?
Their best player.
Everyone was scared to go against him just because of how good he actually was
Their
back at
best player
Juventus.
at the moment is Bruno Fernandes, and that's only because he's converting penalties.
Well, I mean, that's all they fucking get.
That is all they
That's all they get.
They are Penchester United, constantly getting penalties. And do you know what the funny thing is? They're not even in Manchester.
Are they in Salford?
They're in Salford, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not even in Manchester. That's going to vex a lot of people. I'm sorry.
Well, speaking about Man United in general, is going to vex a lot of people.
Yeah, you're my rivals.
But can't take it away from Spurs.
Spurs again, though, playing absolutely phenomenal. Heung-min Son,
Harry Kane providing the assists.
Like I said to you last week, Heung-min Son has to prove that he deserves that spot every week. So you've got Gareth Bale back now.
I don't think he's played yet.
He's not played yet. He's not even made the bench, but he's going to come back eventually. And who's he going to play over?
I think Lucas Moura. Because at the minute, you can't get rid of Harry Kane and you can't get rid of
Lamella.
Son. You could, to be fair, I mean, his dive at weekend. Little tap to the face, he just goes down.
That should have gone to VAR. And this is what annoys me about VAR. Why introduce it to improve the game when it's done nothing but spoil it?
Yeah.
And I get...
If no one saw that call or whatever,
they should have gone to VAR.
100%.
Yeah, because it's
they do it with some penalties. So
yeah, it's ridiculous. But look, Man U have got a lot of issues. They played a really hard team against Spurs, and Spurs came out on top like they did last game. Spurs are scoring. Is it the Mourinho effect?
I mean, they've been good under Mourinho though.
Is it the Mourinho effect? Because does everything he touched turn to... Well, not everything he touches. Not everything. Man U went a bit.
Yeah, but that's been Man United since Fergie left.
Like I say,
do you know what I mean?
I think Man United...
I don't think they've gotten over it yet.
There's a lot of problems there that they need to figure out.
Mm.
But anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on to your team.
Yes, Chelsea had a good game.
Easy. You needed it as well.
We really needed it.
This season you played absolutely dog.
Yes.
Frank Lampard, I don't know what's going through his head.
He's got a bit aggressive now.
I told you.
He's got a bit aggressive. It's like he's grown a backbone of just for no reason and just starting to go at everybody.
But with that aggression, I don't feel the passion. I don't feel the passion of once.
I'm not going to say that because everybody knows Frank Lampard.
Oh, don't get. He lives in Bridge, Chelsea.
100%.
Yeah.
Like playing days, managing days. All he cares about is Chelsea.
But when you're losing, like what was the score last week when you lost?
2-0 against Liverpool.
He sat there like that.
Yeah.
The entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Sat there. And I think, Frank, come on, mate. You know you should be kicking their asses. But Chelsea, good team.
I mean, the players we signed this season. I mean, Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Thiago Silva.
I just think it's going to take time.
Might be a couple more. Oh, that Mendy in goal. He's a good keeper.
Yeah. I just think I think with that team, it's a fresh team. You just need to work it out. And you are starting to do that. You did it in the Cup.
What, against Barnsley?
Yeah, I know it's only Barnsley, but that was a perfect opportunity for you to get your new...
Well, that's it. Havertz smashed it. Scored a hat-trick. Got his first goals for the club. Got his first ever hat-trick for senior clubs. And to be honest, since then, he has contributed. He has been getting assists.
And you got the likes of Jorginho. I think he scored you 3 goals this season, Jorginho.
He got 2 on, I think, Saturday when we played, Sunday. He got 2.
Yeah, I mean, this season's going to be interesting. Obviously...
I mean, like Aston Villa with Everton, it's...
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you've got... I think with everything that's going on in the world as well, you're going to have a lot of people out for games this season.
Well, as Liverpool would know, with Thiago and
I mean,
Mane.
it's not just those. I mean, look at the England international squad. You know, there's going to be some people there. It's unavoidable, this whole situation, and a lot of players are going to miss out on places this season. So it's going to be very interesting to see where teams end up. But as it stands this week, Everton are first, Aston Villa are second, Leicester are third, Arsenal are fourth. And we haven't spoken about Arsenal, but they won 2-1 against Sheffield United.
Yes, they did. I don't know where Sheffield United are, but last season, they're coming off the back of a really great season.
I think you look at teams like Arsenal and Chelsea, and you look at Frank Lampard and Mikel Arteta, and you think they're two people who know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And I think Arteta's proven it with Arsenal, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he beat us in the final FA Cup 2-1.
He beat us.
Beat you, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think Arsenal are a good team. I'll be interested to see if they make top four. But
I mean, that's the question every year with them now, isn't it?
I'll be honest, I don't think I can predict top four this season. I can say who I'd like to be top four, but I can't predict it just by how these first few games have gone.
It is early in the season, but if I would have to ask you the top 6 finish.
Top 6?
Top 6. To make it a little bit easier.
All right, but I'm going to have to do it in no particular order.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to start putting places on people. I can tell you which teams I think are going to be up there.
All right.
Liverpool, City.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think Spurs are going to be up there under Mourinho.
Top 6 for sure.
Yeah. I think Chelsea are as well. So you've got 4 there. And then your 5th and... I tell you what.
Yeah, but it's just every year it just has to be Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham.
I mean, I know I said I wasn't...
And obviously Man United.
Yeah. I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to rank them, but probably 5th and 6th, I'd probably put Everton around there at some point, you know. Maybe Arsenal.
Yeah.
After them. So we've got Liverpool. It's the same old Liverpool, City,
Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal,
Everton, Arsenal.
Yeah. I mean, Everton for the past how long, I've always been around the Europe spot. It's just they've never quite managed to get up to that benchmark.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously with everything going on in the world as well, we've got the international games coming up. The Euros being postponed, then you've got the World Cup after it.
Yes, we've got the Euros next year, is it?
If it happens.
Next summer.
If it happens.
And obviously the World Cup the year after. Yeah.
So we'll have to see how it goes. But that concludes our weekly roundup, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a strange season, but we just have to see how it goes. And
we'll have to see how next week goes. Yeah, but we're looking to do these updates every week, guys.
Yes, there'll be another one next week for sure.
We would do our predictions for next week, but depending on when this video comes out, might be a bit late. So for now, we're not going to do any predictions.
And then once we figure it all out, we'll be able to know whether we can do predictions or.
So we hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. If you do, make sure you give us a like, a comment, and subscribe to our channel, of course, so you don't miss another video.
Yeah, all the links will be in the description for all of us. So go over, follow, like, share, subscribe.
And don't forget, Swift Lifestyles, 15% off using the code HavingItOut.
All capitals at checkout.
See you later, guys.
Thank you very much.